We're talking about one of the most intriguing coins in American numismatics, the 1976 Washington quarter dollar. You'll want to stick around to find out why some of these coins are worth a fortune, and how to tell if you have one in your pocket change. First, let's take a trip back to 1976. It was America's bicentennial year, celebrating 200 years of independence. To mark the occasion, the U.S. Mint released special commemorative designs for the quarter, half dollar, and dollar coins. For the quarter, the reverse design was replaced with a bold depiction of a colonial drummer by Jack Lair, while the obverse still featured the iconic bust of George Washington. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most of these quarters were struck with either a D mint mark for Denver or an IS mint mark for San Francisco. But what about the ones without any mint mark at all? That's where the mystery begins. You see, quarters with no mint mark were struck in Philadelphia. Normally, coins from Philadelphia didn't carry a mint mark back then. So, a 1976 quarter with no mint mark isn't necessarily rare by itself. In fact, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 100 million of these bicentennial quarters. But and here's the big twist: some of these no mint mark quarters have unique characteristics that make them worth thousands, or even millions, to collectors. Let's break it down. First, condition matters. A 1976 no mint mark quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition can already fetch a premium. Coins graded by professional services like PIGS or NG as M67 or higher are especially valuable. But what really gets collectors excited are error coins in rare varieties. Errors like double days, off-center strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchet can dramatically increase the value of a 1976 quarter. These errors are like little factory mistakes that turn ordinary coins into extraordinary collectibles. And here's the million-dollar question: could you have a 1976 no mint mark quarter that's worth a fortune? Well, in 2013, a 1976 quarter graded as M68 sold for over 6,000 at auction. And rare error coins have gone for even more. The key is knowing what to look for: said uncirculated, shiny, and free of scratches. Use a magnifying glass to spot double days, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Professional grading can verify its authenticity and condition. If you think you've got a gem, it's worth sending it to a grading service. Even if it's not a $1 million coin, it could still be a valuable piece of history. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the 1976 no mint mark quarter is a coin worth keeping an eye on. It's a piece of America's history, and who knows? The next one you find could be worth more than you ever imagined. We're diving into one of the most fascinating and widely discussed coins in US history, the 1976 no mint mark Washington quarter. Could this unassuming coin hiding in your loose change be worth millions? Let's find out. To understand why the 1976 Washington quarter is so special, let's take a step back in history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. But by 1964, a major change was coming. The United States was running out of silver. Prior to 1965, quarters were made of 10 silver and 10 copper. But due to a rising demand for silver and skyrocketing prices, the U.S. Mint decided to transition to a new material. Beginning in 1965, quarters were struck in a Copernican composition. This marked the end of the silver era for circulating quarters. Interestingly, to avoid confusion, no mint marks were used on coins between 1965 and 1967. That's why the 1976 Washington quarter doesn't have a mint mark, regardless of where it was produced, Philadelphia or Denver. Now here's where things get really exciting. Although the U.S. Mint officially stopped using silver for quarters in 1965, a small number of 1976 Washington quarters were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964. These rare era coins are highly sought after by collectors, and can fetch 6 to 7 figures at auction. In fact, some of these rare era coins have sold for as much as 10,000 to 100,000, depending on their condition and grading. Can you imagine finding a fortune in your pocket change? A Copernican quarter weighs about 67 grams, while a silver quarter weighs around 25 grams. Use a precise scale to weigh your coin. A standard 1965 quarter will have a copper core visible on the edge, while a silver quarter will have a solid silver edge. If you suspect you have a silver era coin, send it to a reputable coin grading service like PIGS or NGX for authentication. Now, what about regular 1965 Washington quarters? While these coins are very common, over 8 billion were minted, they can still hold some value. Coins in mint state condition, 65 or higher, can sell for 50 to store more. So, it's worth checking your collection for high-grade examples. Whether it's a rare silver era coin or a high-grade specimen, the 1965 Washington quarter has an incredible story and potential value. Who knows, your next big treasure could be hiding in plain sight. We're diving into the history, value, and some incredible stories behind the 2021 mint mark Washington quarter dollar that could be worth millions. Let's get started. Before we get into the juicy details, let's talk about the Washington quarter series. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Since then, it's become a cornerstone of U.S. coinage and a favorite among collectors. Fast forward to 2021 and we're still talking about the Washington quarter, but with some exciting updates. The 2021 quarter belongs to the America the Beautiful series, which featured designs celebrating national parks and landmarks from 2010 to 2021. The 2021 Washington quarter features a design celebrating the Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site in Alabama. On the reverse side, you'll see an inspiring image of a Tuskegee Airman pilot preparing for flight, with the powerful phrase, "They fought 2 wars." On the obverse side, we still have the iconic portrait of George Washington. But here's the key detail. Look closely under "In God We Trust," and you'll find the EP mint mark, which tells us this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Now here's the big question. Why are some of these quarters worth millions? Let me explain. These include double days, off-center strikes, or die cracks that make the coin unique and highly collectible. Coins graded by professionals, such as PIGS or NGX, as being in perfect mint condition, like 67 can sell for thousands. Rare combinations or anomalies, like transitional errors, could make a coin one of a kind, driving collectors into bidding wars. Let's take a look at some actual examples of valuable 2021 Washington quarters. Check this out. In recent auctions, 2021 mint Washington quarters with noticeable minting errors have sold for thousands of dollars. One coin with a major die crack was auctioned off for over 10,000, and if you're lucky enough to find a flawless, mint condition quarter, it could fetch up to 10,000 or more. Always look for professional grading certificates when valuing your coins. Look for errors like doubling, die cracks, or off-center strikes. Make sure it's IP for Philadelphia Mint. The shinier and more flawless it looks, the better. Websites like PIGS or NGX offer tools to estimate coin values, and don't forget to have your coin professionally graded if you think it's special. So, there you have it. The 2021 mint mark Washington quarter is not just a piece of change, but a potential treasure waiting to be discovered. Whether it's an era coin or a high-grade beauty, you could be holding on to something worth thousands, or even millions. Don't forget to dig through your spare change, subscribe to the channel for more coin collecting tips, and drop a comment below if you found any rare coins in your collection. We're diving into the fascinating history, value, and secret behind the elusive 1981 mint mark Washington quarter. So, grab your coins, because you just might have a treasure hiding in plain sight. Let's start with a little history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. Fast forward to 1985, and the Denver Mint struck millions of these coins with the iconic ID Mint mark. But here's the kicker, most of these coins are ordinary except for a few rare exceptions that can fetch life-changing amounts of money. To understand the value of your 1985 quarter, you need to know what makes it special. First, look for the ID Mint mark on the coin's reverse, just below the eagle. This indicates it was minted in Denver. But what makes some of these coins worth millions? The value of a coin skyrockets when it has rare minting errors. For the 1985 quarter, collectors are hunting for errors like double day obverses, day cracks, and off-center strikes. These errors were accidental during production, but they're pure gold for collectors today. Condition is king in the world of coin collecting. A regular 1985 quarter in circulated condition might be worth only 25 cents, but if your coin is graded in mint state, especially 65 or higher, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The better the condition, the higher the price. Headlines or auction footage showing record-breaking sales of rare coins. Here's where it gets exciting. A pristine 1985 quarter with a rare error or perfect grading is sold for thousands at auctions. Some collectors speculate that the right coin, with a unique feature or minting flaw, could sell for millions. Imagine the possibilities. Step-by-step footage of someone examining a coin with a magnifying glass. Inspect the coin under a magnifying glass or microscope. Look for mint errors like doubling, cracks, or unusual patterns. Check the coin's condition, no scratches, dents, or discoloration. Consider getting your coin graded by a professional service like Bicentennial. While most 1985 quarters won't be worth more than face value, those rare gems hiding in your change could be worth thousands, or even millions, if you're lucky. So, check your coins carefully, and who knows? You might just hit the jackpot. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let me know in the comments, what rare coins have you found? Did you know that a simple 1985 Washington quarter sitting in your pocket could potentially be worth a fortune? Today, we'll dive deep into the history, value, and why some of these coins have collectors paying big bucks. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American coinage since 1932, honoring the first president of the United States, George Washington. But let's fast forward to 1995, when quarters minted at the Denver Mint, denoted by the ID Mint mark, gained attention among collectors. In 1995, millions of these quarters were produced, but not all of them were created equal. Some rare variations and mint errors have made specific 1995 quarters highly sought after. Coins with striking errors, such as double days, off-center strikes, or planchet flows, are collector favorites. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, graded in 65 or higher by services like PIGS, are exceptionally rare. Some 1995 quarters have minor design or die differences that make them significant. For example, M65 quarter sold for over 7,000 at auction. And that's just one example of how these coins can be worth far more than their face value. Check the coin's condition. Coins with no scratches, wear, or discoloration are more valuable. Look for errors like doubling on the lettering or numbers. Get it graded by a professional coin grading service if you think it's special. Grading can make a huge difference. A coin in average condition might only be worth 25 cents, but a high-grade error coin could be worth thousands. You've probably heard stories about coins selling for millions. But does the 1995 Washington quarter fit the bill? Well, not quite. While some coins with extreme rarity or historical significance have fetched millions, most high-value 1995 quarters sell for thousands, not millions, but hey, thousands of dollars for a quarter isn't bad, right? Check recent auction results for similar coins. Send your coin to services like PIGS or NIC for grading. Use auction sites like eBay, heritage auctions, or even local coin shops to get the best price. Who knows, your next quarter could be a hidden treasure. So dig through your piggy banks, check your pocket change, and keep an eye out for those 1995 Washington quarters. You just might strike gold or at least silver. We're talking about the 2001 Mark Washington quarter, a seemingly ordinary coin that might just be worth millions of dollars. Could one of these be hiding in your pocket change or coin jar? Stick around to find out. First, let's take a quick trip back in time. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, this iconic coin has remained a staple of U.S. currency ever since, with only slight design changes over the years. But what makes the 2001 Mark Washington quarter so special? This coin was part of the State Quarters program, a series that ran from 1999 to 2008. In 2001, the United States Mint issued 5 unique designs representing New York, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Kentucky. Each of these quarters was minted in Philadelphia, hence the P Mint mark, and Denver. Here's the twist: not all 2001 Washington quarters are created equal. Most of these coins are worth face value, but some rare varieties and errors can fetch hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. Why? Let me explain. Minting errors are one major factor that skyrockets a coin's value. For example, a 2001 quarter with a double die error, where the design appears doubled, or an off-center strike could be worth a small fortune to collectors. These errors are rare and sought after because they showcase imperfections in the minting process. Another factor is the coin's condition. Coins graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCS, or Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGS, as mint state scarcity or higher are incredibly valuable because of their near-perfect condition. And then there are coins with unusual materials or deep varieties, which could make them one-of-a-kind treasures. These anomalies can sometimes come in jaw-dropping prices at auction. Now, let's talk about the big bucks. Why are some 2001 quarters worth millions of dollars? It's all about rarity and demand. For instance, in 2019, a unique error coin from the State Quarters series sold for over $2 million at auction. While no 2001 quarter has hit that mark yet, certain rare examples have sold for thousands of dollars. The key takeaway: even an ordinary-looking quarter can be a jackpot if it has the right characteristics. First, ensure the coin has a P Mint mark, located on the front of the coin near Washington's ponytail. Carefully examine both sides of the coin for signs of doubling, day cracks, or misaligned designs. Is the coin shiny and uncirculated, or does it show heavy wear? The better the condition, the higher its value. If you think you've found something special, send your coin to a professional grading service like PCS or NGS to get it authenticated and appraised. Don't clean the coin. Cleaning a coin can decrease its value, so leave it as is. Use resources like the PCS Price Guide or consult with a local coin dealer. High-value coins often perform best at reputable auctions or through trusted dealers. Could the next $1 million coin be hiding in your change? Only one way to find out: start checking your 2001 Washington quarters. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to your channel name, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a future video. Drop a comment below and let us know if you've ever found a rare coin. We'd love to hear your story. We're diving deep into a fascinating and often overlooked piece of US coinage history: the 2001 Mark Washington quarter dollar. Could this small, shiny coin in your pocket actually be worth millions of dollars? Stick around to find out the secrets behind this coin, its history, and why collectors are so intrigued by it. Let's start with the basics. The 2001 Washington quarter is part of the U.S. Mint State Quarters program. This iconic program launched in 1999 and ran until 2008, celebrating all 50 states by issuing a quarter design for each one. In 2006, 5 quarters were released, honoring Nevada, Nebraska, Colorado, North Dakota, and South Dakota. What makes the 2001 quarters unique is their mint mark. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where these coins were produced. These quarters are made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, not silver, and were struck for everyday use. But, as we'll see, some versions of these coins have rare errors or unique features that can make them extremely valuable to collectors. Now here's where things get interesting. While most 2,006 quarters are common, and worth their face value of 25 cents, certain errors or varieties can make these coins worth hundreds, thousands, or even more. Let me break down a few examples. Look out for doubling on the obverse or the reverse, the state designs. This is called a double die error, and it's highly sought after. If the coin was struck off-center during production, it could be worth a lot more, depending on how much of the design is missing. These coins were struck on improperly cut blanks, leaving a chunk missing from the edge of the coin. Though rare, some business strike coins may exhibit a shiny, mirror-like finish similar to proof coins. Coins with these errors can fetch anywhere from 50 to 5,000 or more, depending on their condition and rarity. So, can a 2,006 Washington quarter really be worth millions of dollars? The short answer, not exactly. While the base metal composition of these coins means they're not inherently rare, extreme outliers, like coins with unprecedented minting errors or unique provenance, could sell for jaw-dropping amounts at auction. For instance, high-grade examples of error coins have sold for thousands. And who knows? With the right conditions, the value of these rare coins could continue to rise. Make sure it has the E for the Philadelphia Mint. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to look for doubling, misstrikes, or odd features. If you think you've found something special, send your coin to a professional grading service like PIX or NIC to authenticate its value. So there you have it, everything you need to know about the 2,006 Washington quarter. While most of these coins are worth just 25 cents, rare errors and high-grade specimens can be worth thousands. We're diving into the fascinating story of the 2,006 Washington quarter, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. Stick around, because you might just discover that you're holding onto a treasure worth millions. Intro to the 2,006 Washington quarter. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. But the 2,006 Washington quarter isn't just any coin, it's part of the State Quarters program, a groundbreaking series that celebrated all 50 states. The mint mark indicates that these quarters were minted in Denver, Colorado, one of the two main mint facilities responsible for producing billions of coins every year. Why some 2,006 quarters are worth more than face value. So, what makes a 2,006 Washington quarter so special? While most of these coins are only worth their face value, 25 cents, certain rare varieties and minting errors can skyrocket their value into the thousands, or even millions of dollars. Off-center strikes, double days, or planchet errors. Coins in perfect uncirculated condition, graded as 67 or higher, are extremely rare. Although these weren't struck at the Denver Mint, some collectors confuse them with regular strikes, adding intrigue. Fewer high-grade examples increase scarcity and desirability. For example, an uncirculated 2,006 Washington quarter graded 68 can fetch up to 7,000 at auction. And if you find a rare error coin, it could be worth even more. Look for signs of doubling in the lettering or designs, check for off-center strikes or unusual patterns around the edge. Coins with no visible wear, scratches, or blemishes are far more valuable. Have your coin professionally graded by organizations like PIX or NIC to determine its true value. Even a minor flaw can make a huge difference, so grab a magnifying glass and get inspecting. Record-breaking sales. Let's talk numbers. The highest recorded sale of a 2,006 Washington quarter was a stunning 7,200 at a heritage auction in 2019. This coin was graded 68, making it one of the finest examples known to exist. And while not every 2,006 quarter will reach those heights, even smaller mint errors have sold for hundreds or thousands of dollars. Contact PIX or NIC for a professional evaluation. Consider platforms like Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, or eBay for maximum exposure. Remember, a little research can go a long way in ensuring you get top dollar for your coin. Who knew that a simple quarter could hold such incredible value? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about their loose change, the 2,000 Washington quarter proves that history and rarity can transform even the smallest coin into a big payday. Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Did you know that an ordinary-looking 1989 Washington quarter could actually be worth millions of dollars? That's right. If you've got some spare change lying around, today's video could help you uncover a hidden fortune. So grab your magnifying glass because we're diving into the fascinating history, value, and surprising worth of the 1989 Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Fast forward to 1989, and this iconic design was still going strong. The mint mark you see on these quarters indicates they were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the largest coin production facilities in the world. In 1989 alone, over 512 million Washington quarters were minted in Philly. That's a lot of coins. So, what makes some of these 1989 quarters so special? It all comes down to rarity and condition. While the majority of these coins are only worth their face value of 25 cents, certain rare errors or near-perfect specimens graded by experts can skyrocket in value. For example, a coin graded as 67 or higher by the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCS) could be worth thousands of dollars. Why? Because coins in such pristine condition are almost impossible to find after decades of circulation. Now, let's talk about the Holy Grail, errors. These are mistakes made during the minting process, and they're like hitting the jackpot for collectors. Some rare look for doubled letters or numbers, especially on the library or the date. If the coin design isn't perfectly centered, you've got a valuable error. These coins have a small part of the edge missing due to a minting mishap. Finding one of these errors could mean big bucks. Now, here's where it gets really exciting. In recent years, collectors have gone wild over rare 1989 Washington quarters. In fact, some pristine examples or coins with rare errors have fetched upwards of 10,000 at auction. The most valuable ones could even reach into the millions under the right circumstances, like if they're a unique, never-seen-before minting error. Inspect the coin carefully. Look for any errors or irregularities. Check the condition. If it looks almost untouched, it might be worth sending to a grading service like PCS or NIT. Do your research. Compare your coin to similar ones sold at auction. Pro tip: use a magnifying glass or microscope to catch those tiny details. Who knew that a simple 1989 Washington quarter could hold so much history and potential value? Now it's your turn to dig through your change jar and see if you've struck gold. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on more.